Okay, so today we're making tagliatelle pasta. Tagliatelle is a thicker, longer pasta. This will make about 3 kilos of pasta dough. Then salt. It's all been weighed out. So we add our egg mixture. Go down to our mixing bowl. We don't use a dough hook because we don't want to turn this into a dough right now. We just want this to turn into like breadcrumb consistency. Got our pasta maker here. It's all the way from Italy. This thing's the workhorse. Yeah, not much to say about it, apart from it's the best thing we've ever got in this kitchen. Just turn it up. If you have a look at this, looks quite dry. Check the weight. Weigh it, same as the last one. Normally with pasta doughs you'll need this and wrap it. Most pastas are made where you like wrap it into cling wrap and put it in the fridge, or yeah, like that, but this is what we do a bit differently. We flatten it just to make it a bit easier. And I'll show you the trick. I'm going to go in there. Turn it on. While I'm doing that, I'm getting the other one ready. So what I'm doing is making quantities that it's for a very busy, good Italian restaurant. Bocca Italian. So if you did this at home, you'd be doing a lot less. You don't need this much. And that's the next one ready to go in. So have a look at this. It's our pasta dough. Once it's come together, it looks far more like a dough, like it's been kneaded, like it's been hand kneaded. In our kitchen we would normally do this the day before or in the morning and laminate it in the afternoon, but I'm going to do it now, which is totally fine. We'd normally give it at least half an hour, but this, what this is doing is sucking the air out of it and bringing it all together. Renzo, could I please steal a bag? Could I steal a bag? One bag, please. Thanks. Oh. So this is what it looks like. Once it's vacuumed, we're going to cut it in half. The reason I'm cutting it in, thanks chef. The reason I'm cutting it in half is because on our machine here, we want to be able to get it through. If we have the whole thing, it makes it a bit harder to get through. This machine's amazing. It does huge quantities. And after years of doing this pasta, I've learnt the best ways to do this. So we always want to keep this, we don't want to dry it out too much. So the bit I'm not going to use, we'll put it in a bag. Then we're going to roll this out. So we're on the rolling process of this pasta. We're doing all this on our pasta wood plank. I don't know what wood it is. It's amazing though. Just makes everything easier with pasta. Whether you're hand rolling pasta or flouring to put pasta on, it's just makes life a lot easier. Looks quite dry when you see the finished product. It's amazing. Our pasta machine here, we got levels. You got 9, and it goes all the way down to minus or 0. You can go even lower depending on the size of pasta you want. So what we're going to do now is we're going to it's called laminating. Laminating process is technically like kneading it through a pasta machine, but we turn it, fold it, which you'll see. And the laminating process is what gives you that nice chewy al dente feeling when you eat this pasta. Some pastas, a lot of people make pasta and they don't do this process and it still comes out good, but this is how we do it. So we get it on a high level, which makes this thicker, and then we can get this through. I'll show you. Got to turn it on first. It's a bit thick. Turn it on, goes through. Then what we do is we go down, slowly go down. Next one, this will get thinner. So I've been doing this, I've been at Bocca for coming up to 4 years, not long off the start of Bocca, and we've been using this pasta from the start. And we started out hand rolling it, doing way smaller amounts, to now we got this thing, and we do major amounts. I think in summer we were doing about 500 serves of pasta for a week. We're going down. So with this machine, we can go to a thinner level quicker because it's such a good machine. And as you can see, it looks grainy, dry, but the finished product you'll see is clean and smooth, and that's what we want. So we're folding. Making layers, and then we go again, turn it thicker, go again. Bring it down. And it still looks dry, grainy for now. We keep going. It's basically layering it and then putting it back through. Sort of like what you do with a puff pastry, but without the butter. And as you can see, it's already starting to get a bit smoother. Then we fold. So like I said, I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and this system I've made is the most efficient way of getting it done. So we can do a lot of pasta in a shorter amount of time. Roll that out, and we go again. Thick. Drop it down. If you're at home, you don't have these machines. Some people have handheld ones. Some people don't even have handheld ones. Some people do pasta at home. A lot of Italians do it just with the rolling pin. Roll it out and then cut it. But yeah, best machine we've ever bought. And now you can see it's getting there. We're losing a lot of that whiteness. It's starting to look more of a straight egg color. Just keep going. We'll probably put this through maybe 2 more times, I reckon. Yeah, a couple more times maybe 3 more times. Now we fold again. So after this next laminate, we'll have a look at it. Go through. It's starting to look good. It's a long process. These doughs I made 1, 2, which turns into 4 that we laminate. We'll do about 10 to 20 of those a week, depending on the summer, winter, whether it's Anzac Day weekend, all sorts of things. And then as this one comes out, we're getting real close. Now I look at it and I'd normally look at this and go, this is good. But guess what? It's not perfect. So we'll go one more. So if you have a look, we started with that. Then we ended up with that, and now we've come to this, and we're going to do one more. Past the machine struggling a little bit. We'll go our last run through, second last. Oh, bit of a tear, and look at that, beautiful. And then we have to pack this down, because we do a lot of it. Have to pack it down in the fridge. Have to fit into the bag. So we do one last fold, and then we put it in a higher, about 5. High run, and that's it. You have a look at that from where we started. Cut in half, and that's one portion. If you have a close look, you can see all the grains of where we folded it. It's beautiful, which is what we're going to turn our pasta into. They go into vac bags. And they'll get vacked up. That's how they get vacked up. They'll get in the vac machine, and then they turn into that. 450, which is about 4 serves. A bit under 4 serves. So yeah, technically we get about 10 out of 2 of these. Depends. Next process, we're going to turn this into pasta. Open our bag. So we're back in our machine. We're doing this a bit differently. There's no more laminating. We're going to roll this out into a long sheet, turn it into 20 centimeter strips, put it through our cutter into our little bit of semolina just so it doesn't stick together. And then we're going to make a ragu to finish off. So again, start high, run it through. So now this process we have to get right because we don't want pasta too thick and we don't want too thin. We want it to cook for about 4 minutes and be perfectly al dente. So we run this down a bit slower. Look at this, beautiful. For a tagliatelle, we want, I'll show you, but yeah, we don't want too thin. Certain pastas call for certain thinness or certain thickness. This one we're going to go down to about, if you look closely, we'll go down to just under 1. So we're going minus. You can just see your hand through it. See, we're starting to see my hand. We're gonna go adjust it. Now we're gonna go to temp we want. I mean size. About just under 1. I don't know if you can see that. This is the biggest rule with pasta making. Always on your last number, always run it through twice. And the reason we do this, so you can see my hand underneath. It's about the right thickness, if you have a look. The reason you do this is if we cut it now, if we cut it to 20 centimeters right now, it can bounce back a bit and we lose that length. So that's why we run it through the second time. Oh, okay, this can happen sometimes. Pasta machine just got caught up. So we'll cut that off. We'll deal with that after. Sometimes the pasta machine just not always perfect. Back down to our level. Last run. We're in kitchens, always trial and error. And that's our dough. That's our dough turned into the sheet that we're going to turn into pasta. And as you can see, I've got no flour on the bench. We don't need flour. It's not sticky. We'll trim it up a bit. We can use that. We do a stracciatelle, which is technically like a torn pasta. So we could use that like that. We could use all that. You can turn that into a pasta if you wanted. We'll get this one through. Try and fix this one. Looks a bit rough, but we're going to save it. So we can still use it. Down to the level we want. And that's running through nicely now. Second time on the last one, always. Okay, there we go. Trim that up. Trim that up. It's like a long pasta, like a spaghetti box, I guess. Put that on the side. Put that on the side. Use that for after. We'll get that one into 2. Straight down. Put that on the side. See, what we got here is we've got a lot of rough bits on the side. As when you see when I cut it, they'll just come off and we'll get all the nice bits of pasta. So we'll get them aside, and now we're gonna cut our pasta. We've got our semolina. It's just to loosen the pasta when we put it in here. Put in bits in between. Turn this around. It's on. You can see here. We just put this through the sheets. Comes out the bottom into perfect Bocca Italian pasta. So what we do, run it through like so, and then as you see, it'll come out the bottom. Look at that. So if you look at it, I don't know if you can really see the size. A bit bigger than fettuccine, a lot smaller than pappardelle. This is handmade pasta. This is all good pasta. I'm going to get rid of the rough bits for the YouTube. And we go again. Second one. Run it through. I do about 2 at a time, and that's when I come over here. Just a little bit of semolina to loosen it up, and there we go. We'll just run this through to get it done so it doesn't dry out. One, and the second one. So yeah, you got to come down Bocca Italian, try this pasta. This I'm going to turn this into a ragu, which I think is going to be on the new menu. One of our Italian chefs, he's come up with this beef and pork ragu, which I'm going to cook next. It's beautiful. I'll talk about it a bit more about it after this. Got one, look at that. How beautiful that is. Put this last one through. Oops. So you get all these offcuts, you can use them. Take that out. Bit of semolina. And there you have it. And now we're gonna go make a ragu. First things first, cooking pasta. Salt, water. So salt water, the water for your cooking pasta, obviously boiling. These are our pasta boiling machine. You want a good boil, and you want your water to be like the ocean, salty, because you want that salt in that water to penetrate the pasta, and you want that flavour that pasta. We've got a little bit of salt in our pasta, but this is just the finishing. It looks like a lot of salt, but this is a big machine, so we'll add our salt. Just get that through. Add a bit of water. Bring that back to boil. While that's bringing back to boil, we're gonna, something I forgot to do, weigh out a portion. 100 to 120 grams is a good serve, because when you put pasta into water, it swells. Water will go, when it boils, this will take in some water, it swells, gets thicker, and actually adds weight to it. So we're going to do about 100 grams for this. Just weigh it out. You don't have to obviously weigh this out at home. Water's coming back up. We'll get a pan. We've got our beef and pork ragu. So it's a white based ragu, meaning it's white wine. Done like any other ragu, we use mirepoix, onion, garlic, carrot, celery, and this one is particular because it's beef and pork. Cut it into small cubes, and then the whole process of making ragu, but we won't go into that right now. And a lot of spices, coriander, paprika. This might possibly be on the new menu. And while that water's coming up, as you can see, it's starting to boil. What I do is I put my pasta in because that'll take about 4 or 5 minutes, and then I get everything else organized. So when the pasta's done, straight into my pan, finishing it off, and then into the bowl. I've got a little bit of chicken stock here. That's just in case. We shouldn't need it, but if we need it, we just to thin it out a little bit. We got butter. We've got very good Parmigiano. No, Parmesan, I think. It is Parmesan. I don't know if Parmigiano is the right word. So we're going to add our pasta. I don't need to time this because I'm just going to keep checking it. About 4 or 5 minutes. Thanks. We'll give it a mix. In busy kitchens like this, we time pasta for a couple of reasons. One, we have so many chefs, different chefs cooking, so you want to get the timing about right. So when you're busy, you know, oh, 4 minutes, that's probably about right. Then check it. Instead of always standing here waiting for it to be done, you can do something else. Your timer's on here. You can be doing something else. You like, goes off 4 minutes, you check it. It might not be ready, then you just keep going again for another minute. But we're going to do roughly about 4. I'll do 3 minutes from now. We'll see how it is. So we're going to put our ragu in. Decent amount. I'm going to get some heat into it. We're going to see what we're going to do is see how that thins out. If it thins out enough, we don't even need stock. That's just to back up. And the other thing is a bit of pasta water is always good to add to just adds that glossiness. But problem is this is the first pasta that's gone into this water, so it doesn't have all the flour into it, which is what we want. So that pasta's boiling. This is coming up. We've got our butter, Parmesan, and then I'm going to just finish it off with a little bit of fresh thyme on top. And we've got our bowl. So while we're waiting for that, maybe I'll talk a little bit about myself and Bocca. I started here about 3.5 years ago. Probably come up to 4 years. I'm the prep chef. I'm here early mornings. All your ragus, pastas, sauces. Yeah, we do a lot of that. So now I'm looking at this and I'm going, all right, perfect ragu, but just needs a little bit of stock just to thin it out. Just a little bit. Just want to heat that up. Just get my tea towel. Fold her up. So that pasta's been in for coming up to 3 minutes. At 4 minutes we'll check it. You can have a look at it. I'll put it in a bowl so you can have a look at it. Sauce. I like that consistency. So when we add our butter, always tasting. It's yum already, but we're going to add to it. Turn it back up. There's our timer, that's 4 minutes. Take a bit out. So what we'll do is we'll just rip a bit off. We're going to try it. Bit chewy. Keep that going another minute. So we've got ragu, we've got stock, we've added a little bit of butter. And I like that tiny bit more stock, because when we add our pasta, we want to cook the pasta through it. Oh, beautiful. So that's going to be good. So we're going to take that out into my ragu, a little bit of parmesan to mix through it, toss it, should be perfect. So a little bit of water can come out, that's fine. Pasta in. Look at that tagliatelle. See how it's thickened up? It's swelled. We're going to toss that. And that's when we check. Do we need more liquid? Do we need more butter? And this is looking good. Bit of parmesan. Taste. Yum. Try and get it in our bowl. Nice. Bring it all together. Look at that. Get our tissue. We're going to give it a little bit of a wipe down, make it look nice. Look at that. And then we'll just finish it off with parmesan. Gotta have fresh thyme. Just a little sprinkle, just a little bit of flavour, a bit of colour over the top. Olive oil, really good olive oil, just a drizzle. And there you have it. Pasta tagliatelle with a pork and beef ragu, parmesan, a little bit of fresh thyme. Oh. No one's perfect, but it's close to. Meat's beautiful. Pasta is spot on. The best pasta. That's all. Thanks for watching. Bocca Italian tagliatelle.